So there's an organization called Angel Flight
Mm-hmm.
West, and at the time, I was dating my now wife, who's a nurse, and I thought, oh man, this is perfect. I'm gonna have her on board,
She
help
can
her.
take care of it.
She's gonna take care of the passengers, and then I'm gonna just do the flying, and this is perfect. And it's flying non-critical people to their treatment, so it might be cancer or illnesses that it makes it much more difficult for them to travel by ground or airlines. Maybe they're um, immune compromised, so
Mm-hmm.
traveling commercially is a problem for them. And then traveling by ground is a hardship because maybe coming from Montana to Washington is a long trek. So Angel Flight is the perfect solution for these people that need this fulfilled for them for the transportation need and also back home. And so I was doing a couple of these missions and it was great. My wife was loving it too. It's very rewarding. It's better than just building time for fun. You're actually now I'm building time for a purpose, or
Yeah.
at least putting some skills to use towards others' needs. And then the 206 all of a sudden wasn't on the flight schedule anymore. And I'm like, oh man, this airplane gives me all the payload. This airplane gets me the good speed, and passenger count that I can bring with me. And I thought, okay, well, I called the front desk and they're like, well, we're just renegotiating with the leaseback owner on renting it. And I think, okay, well, I'll give it a week or two. Still not on the schedule. And then, okay, I think realize that the owner's probably not happy about something. Something's going on, and I still want to fly the plane. So maybe I can, call him and hey, maybe I can still borrow the plane. So the way I find out is I look up the registration on the airplane, find the address, name, and the phone number associated with it. So I give a call, and he answers right away. And I say, hey, my name is Vlad. I've been using your airplane a lot. I've used it for a lot of Angel flights, and I noticed that it's been off the schedule. Kind of what's going on, and how can I help you? And he kind of explains a little bit of the situation. He's been, um, it wasn't really working out for him at the flight school in terms of the finances and the maintenance that was going with the airplane.
Okay.
It just wasn't in
Like
his
the
favor.
numbers weren't making
The
sense
numbers and the management
in the management. Okay.
wasn't working out. There were definitely issues with that, and I said, okay, well, let's meet up. And we do meet up, and I present him. I talk
Can I
about
ask you
myself.
something? When you told him to meet up, did you already have a plan established? Like
A little, yes,
what you were gonna tell
yeah.
him and what? Okay.
I'm gonna sell myself to manage his airplane. That's what I'm gonna do because I can sense that he's in a situation he doesn't know what to do. He's helpless and he doesn't know what to do in the sense of owning this airplane. Is the sense that I got.
That's the sense that you get.
And me being a private pilot and knowing, okay, I know an airplane needs an annual. I know an airplane needs a VOR check. I know an airplane needs an oil change. All these things that go with it. Maybe I can just take some of this worry and hardship off of him, so he just worries about his own stuff that he needs to do, and I just deal with all the airplane involvement of ownership
Was
for him.
that aircraft management? Was that? Did you already know about that? Did you already know people did that?
Yeah, it's something I wanted
Okay.
to get into
Okay.
eventually. Like,
Got it.
yeah, I want to run my own maybe 135 operation one day. I'd love to do that, and that involves managing airplanes.
Exactly.
And okay, I'm thinking next steps. Okay, manage. I have an opportunity before myself to manage this airplane. I'm gonna try to sell myself to do it. And already, like, I had another Police C12 client that I was washing, and he was also the pilot for that and manager for it. He would help mentor me a little bit of what it takes to manage an airplane. Now, while I didn't manage the PC-12, I would still take care of it, but I saw what goes behind the scenes of what it takes to manage as a pilot that airplane. What to get it ready before flight, to get fuel ordered, to get be in compliance for all the regulations, to update the Garmin.
Hmm.
That's actually a bigger pain than a lot of people realize.
Is it
And
really? I
apparently,
never done
I
it.
mean, yeah, see, some people just don't want to do it, and I've done it, and I've helped this guy that was running this PC-12 do it. I mean, even he was struggling with it, and I thought, okay, well, maybe I can help him. Maybe I can manage the airplane for him. but he walked me through what it takes to manage it. So, and then yeah, this 206 is presented before me. I have this PC-12 mentor who's been helping me walk me through it. In fact, this 206 owner was skeptical of this. I don't know. I was 24, yeah, at the time. What is this 24-year-old gonna manage my airplane for me? And he's like, he's older than me, far older than I am. Um, but I had to sell myself, and the PC-12 owner actually vouched for me, and he
Okay.
called, and then the 206 owner was far more reassured that I would be providing the best service for him, and nothing would I wouldn't be taking advantage of him like he was. So that's his big concern.
How did you come up with a rate? Was that through your mentor?
Yeah, a little bit that, and I also called the Cirrus Flight School that was there, and because they manage airplanes too for their clients, and I asked them, well, what's a fair single, because they're a single piston airplane, and that's 206s in the same category of Cirruses, because people who buy Cirruses buy 206s or vice versa. Um, and I thought maybe they might know a good monthly subscription rate to manage this airplane. Update the Garmin, figure out maintenance, forecast, expenses, and plan ahead for the best ownership experience for them. And he came with the number just was that what I was thinking. He's like, well, somewhere between 500 to 1,000 a month, and I thought 700 to 750 in my head. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So that reassures that I'm not crazy for asking maybe 700 a month to manage a 206, a single engine piston, really. And he agreed. I sold myself. He agreed to the 700 a month to manage this airplane. And some months are more work than others, but other months it's just the Garmin update for sure. But